Hey guys, welcome to this video. I appreciate you watching it. We're going to talk about a very common personal injury question after a car wreck. And the question is, how soon should I get a check or a settlement after my car wreck? And so again, it's a natural question. If you've been through a car wreck where somebody's hit you and maybe you've reached out to the insurance company, and if they say, we'll get back with you and it's been a week, is that too soon, too long? If it's been a month, if it's been 6 months, so how long does it typically take? Here are some factors. Are you done treating? Do you know what your damages are? How about the amount of the insurance? And then what is the insurance company saying about liability? Liability is fault. In other words, do they admit that they're insured, the person that hit you is at fault, or do they say, no, it's really your fault? So we'll take these one at a time. So are you finished with your treatment? And here's a simple way to look at, do you have any more doctor visits scheduled? Have you been told by the doctor, hey, you're as good as you're going to get? Hopefully, if you started off here and then after the wreck you're here, hopefully you're back to where you were. But even if you're not, if the doctor says to you, hey, look, there's really nothing more I can do for you. You've done physical therapy, or we've done surgery, or you've had injections, or whatever it might be. There's nothing more I can do for you. Well, then you know that you're done with treatment. And our suggestion, this is from 24 years of doing car wreck cases, I would never look at settling a case if you were not finished with your treatment. And matter of fact, we normally do not file the case if you're still treating with your doctors, unless we're coming up on a statute of limitation issue. But we certainly don't settle until we know. Because we might think, oh, I'm that close to being done with my treatment, and then you get a bad test result, and the doctor says, no, I thought we could avoid surgery. We have got to do surgery on you. Well, if you settle before then, you can't go back and get more money. You get one chance to settle. All right, well, what's the next thing? How about your damages? So we talk about, what are your medical bills? Do you have an impairment? And that's what I was talking about. If you were at this level before the wreck, and then after the wreck you were down here, do you get all the way back 100%? Or are you here, or where are you? Is there some permanent impairment? And this can be just to your body as a whole. It could be to a particular part of your body, or maybe your arm is injured or your knee is injured. What impairment do you have? And that has to be factored in determining what amount of damages do you have. So again, we look at medical, we look at impairment, we look at lost wages. Have you missed time from work? Did you have to burn up sick days? Did you have to burn up vacation days? Did you have to just go without pay because you were in the hospital, or you had to get a lot of treatment? And so have you factored that in? And then finally, what is normally the most important part is, how about pain and suffering? You know, sometimes the insurance companies want to sort of convince you that it was no big deal having to go sit in the ER, having to go to doctors, having to have these big needles, pushed into your body, taking all this medicine, going back and forth physical therapy. It's like, well, that's no big deal. Well, it is a big deal. And that means that you suffered a lot of pain and suffering. And so has that been factored into your damages? So when we look at how soon should a case settle, we have to know, are we done treating, and what are our damages? Now the next step is, how about the amount of insurance? Now I'll say this, sometimes it doesn't matter. You may sit down with a personal injury lawyer and you and the lawyer agree, you know what, my damages are $10,000. Well, if they've got insurance in Alabama, they've got more than $10,000, so that's not a problem. But let's say that your damages are $100,000 and the insurance company says you need to only take $50,000 because of the amount of insurance. You go, well, how much insurance do you have? Well, we're not going to tell you. We're not obligated to tell you, which is true before you sue. You just need to take 50. Well, my response, obviously, if you represent yourself or if you have another lawyer, but when we represent clients, and again, for 2.5 decades we've been doing it this way, we're not going to settle unless we know the amount of the insurance. And if they say, I won't tell you the amount of insurance, okay, file the lawsuit. Now they have to tell us, because you need to know particularly if they're asking you to take a discount. So you think your damages are here, and they're saying, well, really, you have to come down. Well, why do I need to come down? Because there's not enough insurance. Well, then I need to know how much insurance there is. And that would be true for you as well. Now, the final thing is, how about liability? So liability just means who's at fault. Were they negligent? So sometimes the insurance company, after they investigate it, will say, we accept liability. You know, you're sitting there and somebody hits you from behind, or it's a head-on collision in your lane, and they go, okay, we accept liability. We accept fault here. Okay. Or they may say, no, we dispute it. We don't think we were at fault. We think you were at fault. And because we think you were at fault, you have to come down on your damages. Well, again, that's important to know. And in terms of how long does it take to settle? How long does it take to sign a settlement agreement, get a check? Well, first of all, you have to let the insurance company take the amount of time that it feels it needs to investigate liability and, frankly, damages as well. And so if you say, well, I don't want to wait that long, that's fine. You can go ahead and sue. But these are factors that go into the timing of it. So again, are we done with treatment? What are our damages? How much insurance is there? Is liability accepted or disputed? All of that will factor into how long is it going to take before you can figure out, are we going to settle this case or not settle it? And if you don't settle it, then the response is that you file a lawsuit if you feel the other side's at fault. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it's helpful to you. And if we can help you in any way in Alabama, just give us a call, 205-879-2447. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.